Hello everybody, Frankie Day here for Frankie Day Models. But it's beautiful warm, thank God. For Wednesday, it's a nice warm day out here. The temperature is 54 degrees, and I'll take it. It sure beats the Arctic weather we've been having lately. Most of you agree. Okay, the topic of the day is I have a video here. I'm on the card model bang right now. I'm doing some work on my TS Asiatic, and I put that aside. I'm working on something else. Right now, before we get it away, I'll show you how much I've done on the Hanseatic, and I put her in dry dock for about a couple days. I'll get back on her again. Downhill spin now, guys, in this thing. The hard part's over with. I got this thing all pretty well fitted out almost. I got the ass sections all done. Top of the sun deck. I got that lovely swimming pool I could jump into. Around that pool right there, there's going to be chairs around there. Next assembly on this thing is now is I'm going to finish up on the bow. I got hatch covers, I got winches put on there, I got bits put on there, I got the mast, crow's nest, I got all derricks and booms got to be put on there. And I'm going to go ahead, I went ahead and ordered for Festin's card models out of Germany. I went ahead and ordered a special fitting set for this here model. Damn thing cost me almost $40. It's not bad. I contacted Dale Wagner. He's a curator of the museums and Wanatak, I can't pronounce it, Wanatak, Wisconsin, or somewhere around there. There's a Mariners Museum back there. He's interested in my collections. Before I get too old, before I die, I've got most of my collections in my big ones. I'm talking the big jobs, even these here. I'm going to have them put in the museum. And the rest of the kits, I'll just go ahead and auction them off or something. No, that's going to be a long time from now, guys. Frankie Day's going to be here for a long time, but right now I'm pushing 80 years old, and God has probably had enough of me being a nurse and me pull the plug, and I'll be gone tomorrow or next day, even now. But right now, I have to worry about my age right now. I know I'm going to be here a long time because I got two aunts right now that are over 100 years old, 106 to 107 years old. And they're pretty proactive, and they get along very, very well. And so I got my genes from my mother. My grandfather was 111 years old when he died, and my grandma, she was 108 when she passed away. I have never been in a hospital in my life. The only time I've been in a hospital is when I lost my teeth, is when my mother had Alzheimer's disease. And I had to watch her and take care of her. Put this down, we'll show you the main event for the day. And my mother, what really hurts about having somebody who you love, especially your mother, who has the same thing what our beloved president running this country has, Alzheimer's disease. That stuff is nasty business. What hurts the most is when your mother don't recognize who you are. And my mother, she threatened to call the cops on me about 4 or 5 times. A strange man in my house. He broke in. I warned him before, don't come here. So I was working at Bullwinkle's one time. It's a big old 5-star restaurant. I was cooking back there in the galley. I came home from work that night. I bought me a 6-pack of beer. Got it down real quick. Hit the old fart sack, which is on the couch. I had my own house, but I cannot leave my mother alone, and I will not put my mother in a nursing home. I know what they do to people there. So I refused to. My mother brought me in this world, and I'll take care of her when she leaves this world, which I did. And I came home from work. I went up in her room, see if she's sleeping tidy. Tidy as a bed bug and a bug. Sleeping very well. I thought. She has very good ears like me. I drank a 6-pack of beer, watched the news, smoked a good cigar, laid back, fell asleep on the couch, and wham! My mother hit me in the face with a iron skillet, probably about, no, I don't know. It's good for frying eggs in. 6-7 inches diameter. Iron, black iron skillet, very heavy. Nothing says loving when waking up with a frying pan hits your mind in the face in your sleep. You remember seeing those old cartoons, guys, when somebody gets beamed across the head to see all these stars? I saw them. And called the cops. Cops came down. I had to give them a birth certificate, prove who I was. They took me down to the VA. Popped me with some, what do you call it? Novocaine, not Novocaine. Yeah, Novocaine. And they said it's going to be pretty painful, this man. We're going to put him out. So he went ahead and put me out with some sodium pentothal. Well, I was gone. I mean, the time the guy gave me the juice, I was la la land. I woke up with a face full of gauze. They had to stitch up my teeth and everything. I had a beautiful set of teeth. I took care of my teeth. Now I ain't got done, and that's my story. Okay, let's get back to the real story for the day. The build I'm doing right now, I'm doing the second build. I've been on this thing now, oh Lord, about 3 days. This model is somewhat semi-scale or standoff scale. This model is this one I'm building right now. This card model. I downloaded this kit probably about 20 years ago when I was first getting into computers. This is here by Scwieber Models. This is the transatlantic liner of the German Lloyd lines. This is the KRONPRINZESSINCECILIE. She had 2 other sister ships identical to this as the Ford Stackers. It was the second one, her second sister was the Kaiser Wilhelm the Grosse. And the other one was the Victoria something. I don't know what it is. But these ships were very scrapped. These were about 706 feet long when they were built in 1906. German Lloyd lines held the blue ribbon for years until Canard got in there with the 2 massive giants they had, Lusitania and Mauritania. Wipe these things off the map. This thing only has 2 screws. 2 wing screws. Now I've got the files of this. If anybody's interested in building these things, give me your email address, whatever you got there, on Google or whatever you have, and I'll send you some files of this. Here it is. This is the KRONPRINZESSINCECILIE. It's about 36 inches long. I got to put the screws in. I got to cut out this white section right here. This is where it's opening where the screws fit. They're so close to the screws, they got to have an opening. I found out I had at least 14 inches of clearance between blade to blade inside this opening back here. I could put the rudder, I could put the screws, I could put the screw shafts, the supports on there. I got to put the decals back aft. This thing builds very fast. I went beyond the tail of this thing. What I did, I went ahead and I put bulkheads in this thing. This thing is a shell. It builds itself. It comes with no formers at all. And all you got to do is make sure the decks are on there right. That shapens out the hull, brings it out, and also put the water line on there. I'm going to add some pastels in this thing too when I get done. I got to do some burnishing on there. All I do is I take the back of a soup spoon and I always do a little of this. I burnish it out and it does straighten out real good. I just gave it a coat of varnish a while ago, sprayed it. That protects the paper, makes it strong. Right now, take this back of the spoon and smoothing out those little bit of those lumps there. On a real ship, they got wrinkles too. Oh yes, they do. You look at the ship up close, it looks like it's made out of paper. Just like this is. Stress of the metals, they cause wrinkles. Oh yeah. Straighten out now. A little over this side here. The spoon, what it does, it softens up the fibers on this thing. And makes that paper look tight. That's good enough right there, buddy. That looks nice. I've got all these cut out here ahead of time. These are probably deck and upper sun deck walls here. So I've cut it out. All these side veneers, they go on the sides. Besides, this goes on this over here. That fits right there. And here's the other side here. This is the port side. Where's the running lights at? There they are right there. I'm going to 3D these lights. I'm going to make me some oval shape. I'm going to roll me some paper across there and make running lights and cut out a square hole, put acetate in there. These car models invite a lot of sketch building to it. They really do. Another important factor in building things, they got to have protection because they're paper. And they got the printing on there. And you handle it all the time, sometimes the printing could come off in your hands. Well, here's what I does. I've got this Krylon. This is acrylic. And I spray it on the whole model. It seals in the pores of the plastic and it turns it shiny. That means all these parts have been protected. They'll never come off in your hand. Then you want to mat it out. Make sure it's glossed first. Then take your matte spray paint and put it on it. Let me tell you something about matte spray paint. Especially using aerosols. If you spray that matte on there first, it'll blush on you. It'll blush like a white. It'll look horrible. It'll look like somebody sprayed some white paint on there, but it comes out when you hit it with clear. So this you do, you put clear on first, then you put the matte on. The clear, what does, it preserves the hull, the paper fibers. Then once they're sealed with that acrylic on there, then you go back with matte and get that done. So I'm going to have a good time building this thing. I'm going to hop on the tent's attic and get the bow done. On the Hansi attic and get the bow stem trimmed up pretty well. And I'll have this done. I'll put this make on the board. I'm going to build tissue and water. Make it kind of like a paper mache with glue. Make a paper mache and make myself some seascape on this thing. Like it's underway. There's natural elements. And use oils, which I got a ton over here. I can use that for my color. This here is going to be varnished and stand. Just put it in a wall somewhere, you know. But like I said before the video, earlier in the video, get yourself if you need the files to build one of these, let me know and excuse me, I'll send them to you. Now what else I got going? Oh yeah, I'll probably work on this too. I bought this on the Queen Mary. That's a little structural gate. It's all in German. This is a Scwieber. This is the World War I battleship they used in a scale, what, 1/250 scale. That's traditional scale in card models, anywhere from 1/250 to 200. And it don't seem to be too difficult a model. Wilhelmshaven, they make some very, very nice kits. I was stood corrected. I always called it Wilhelmshaven, but I didn't know any better. But I had a true German friend of mine. He says the proper word for Wilhelmshaven is Wilhelmshaven, and that's what it's going to be. That's what it is. This is a nice model. Goes together very well. 1/250 scale. A lot of pictorial stuff there shows you how it goes together. All those boats and stuff. All the stuff's got to be cut out and formed. I want to tell you something. The expensive plastic nowadays. You can build a model nowadays out of paper, and it comes out like plastic. Saves a lot of money. Oh yes. Here's something here that I got to show you guys. I've been meaning to show you this a long time ago, but I forgot all about it. Right now, I haven't made a video for a while, guys. I'm just kind of rambling right now. Charlie Mack inspired me. I went down there and bought this at the hobby shop. This is a 32 Ford 5-window coupe. What made me buy this, I seen this 32 Ford on American Graffiti. Except the hood was off. It was just the bare engine by itself. Which looked like this. That's the American Graffiti. And also my dad had one of these. He bought it before the war. World War II started. When I was born during the war, my dad gave me a ride in this when I was a little baby. I don't remember these things. He came home for leave. I remember that he had a garage. He had a big old automobile and there was a big tarpaulin on it. I didn't dare to go in there because my mother said, don't go out there. So I never went out there until that day my father came home from leave. That was probably about 3.5 years later after the war got started. He didn't come home about 3.5 years. The reason why my father came home early is because he had orders going to another ship which had seaplanes on there, which I think he was, my father was a machinist mate on the OS2U Kingfishers, SOC3 biplane, what do you call those biplanes? Seagulls, yeah. He worked a lot of those, and he got transferred to San Diego to go out there and because a lot of them before they came out, you know, really well. I mean, we used them a lot. There was a training squadron out there, so he's out there. He was doing mechanical work on that until he got a shipboard job. By that time, he came home and we went right to this thing. So I don't know when I'm going to get this started, but it's going to be pretty soon. So this is called a Charlie Mack inspirational build. Oh yeah. Here's the catalog came off that model right there. It's all German. It's all German right here. There's not a hint of English in here at all, that I can remember. Yeah. When it's all done, it looks like that. These things are very beautiful when they're done. There's more close-up details. Yeah, it's all German, fellas. I looked at it before and see if there's any English. I don't need no instructions. I can just follow. You got to learn the line codes in building these ships, fellas. All models, all card models have a method of construction. It's called a line code. Fold back, fold forward, roll. And you got a numerical order with a numerical part that goes on to that part there. And you got to study the shapes of these things, how they go. That comes with time. And there's a lot of card kits come with instructions that shows you how to do it. Wilhelmshaven only gave you an instruction book, but it was not intent. I bought this out the Queen Mary back in 1981. My ship was transferred, it was stationed in Long Beach, off Terminal Island. I was on the USS Ashtabula AO 51. And we were there for ORI, Operation Readiness Inspection, where we got on our way back to Westpac, Vietnam. And I've never been aboard the Queen Mary, and my wife wanted to go aboard it. I wanted to go aboard it real bad, and we did. It's a big SOB, boys. Now you can imagine how the Titanic looked. It's only 200 feet bigger than the Titanic, and Titanic's a big ship, pushing 900 feet long. It's big. That gives you the full scale of something like that. So it's huge, huge. And they had restaurants on there where you go in there and get something to eat. It was a hotel. We could stay there for a weekend. I think it's about $400 for a weekend. It includes meals. That was back then. Nowadays, I wouldn't know. It's a hot sum of money, but you got your money's worth. You got 3 tours of the ship, and the best of all, they had a hobby shop aboard that thing, a gift shop. That's why I seen all these card models. I go, wow, I'm going to stock up on some of these things. They're cheap. They're cheap, and that Holstein's that on my Scwieber Holstein, I think I paid what about $3 for that kit. Very cheap back in those days. A lot of people didn't want to do modeling because card modeling went out like the dodo many years ago. It was the United States of America, like I said in previous card models that I built, that I viewed on YouTube. I mean, years ago, card modeling was a mainstay in the United States of America because they had no balsa wood, they had no plastic. Then when the invent of plastic and balsa wood came out, it shoved the plastic modeling right out the back door. So it become a very, very much, still today, a mainstay in Europe. And to me, I love card models. I mean, they're three-dimensional. They look very nice. Very nice. But the key of making these things look nice is you got to keep your hands clean and make sure everything's precise. And you got to look at everything. If it bugs you, that's the time you got to correct it before it eats into you. Wrinkles in the hull, what you got to do, you got to glue one part of the hull and pull as tight as you can, and add your glue and burnish it with a spoon. It'll stick right there because you lay it on there natural and then go ahead and glue it. It's going to leave wrinkles. Main thing is the card model is the hull's got to be on water, especially on waterline. It's got to be temporary tack like I did on the Hanseatic. It'll come off there. You know, I just barely tacked it with this Orleans tacking. That's what I use the card models with. And I gotta get me some more. I'm going out of that stuff. And take a butter knife, make the hole, and just very gently it'll pop out of there. I'm gonna do with this here and make your seascape and put it on there. Real nice. Okay, this video is probably a little long. I don't know how long it is. I've been going on here. I don't know what it says on my thing here. Duration 30 minutes maybe, half an hour. It's worth it. Give you guys a good video today. All right, I'm going to continue ship's work on this here KRONPRINZESSINCECILIE. It's hard to pronounce that word. KRONPRINZESSINCECILIE. KRONPRINZESSINCECILIE. That's it. And that's it for her, it for me, it for the Hanseatic. Stay posted. I'll have more videos of this coming up this week. More progress. Then I'm going to hop on that Stuka and get that Stuka going. I got it behind me. And I'll start working on my Corsair, get that going, get a video of that out. I don't know when, but I'll get it out. Right now, I got that card model bug. It's been calling on me, and I'm very happy that I got this Hanseatic looking nice. That's it. And also my KRONPRINZESSICILIE, Ceci, wherever it is. I got her on the way. And I should have this thing done probably about a week. This here probably about a good week. So I got about 2 weeks of building these things to be all done. And I'll probably work on that Holstein right there, that battleship. Scwieber Holstein. Wilhelmshaven. Yep, that was a nice kit. Okay, make Mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Spend wisely. Beware of your surroundings. We're about biting the worst part of winter now. We're coming to the middle of February right now, which is coming to an end. We got a leap year, so I think we got about, 30 days in February? 31? No, it's 28 days in February. That's right. Yeah. 28 days in February. That's it. We got March Madness coming up. Weather will start to warm up. People will be more livelier. That's what makes the world go around. Okay. This is it for Frankie Day. This is it for the KRONPRINZESSINCECILIE and the TS Hanseatic, XRBS Empress of Scotland and Japan. It for me, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. You guys stay posted and take care of little ones. Take care of yourselves Get yourself a model. Like I said, this is the third time. If you guys are interested in this thing, I'll email you the files to it. I burnt some files in my CD, everything. So I can go down there to Office Mac and get all kinds of card models. I love these things. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. I didn't mean to been here so long. I haven't made a video for a while, and got the whole place to myself now, and time is very precious for me, especially privacy. My brother stays with me once in a while, and he's noisy sometimes. That's why on that video I had, it was very, I saw it. It was disgusting. I should have visualized it before I went to make a proof visual on it. That was a live action video with the Hanseatic. I should have looked at it. When I seen that washer machine going like, oh my God, no wonder these guys are complaining. That's a bad, nasty video. So please excuse me for that. I erased it. I deleted it. I cannot post stuff like that on there. It's amateurish. It's not right. I'm not a professional when it comes to doing this stuff anyway. I just do things naturally like everybody else does. Okay, that's my apologies for that video. That was called Live Action with Frankie Day on the Hanseatic. So I have some more live videos coming up, and take posted for those. I love you fellas. You guys take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you on the next video. And please stay posted and take care of yourselves. We'll see you next video. God love you fellas.